How's everybody doing? This is another edition of Let's Drink with Matt. Same exact place I was last time I did a review. I promise, coming up in future reviews I'll be doing a little more exotic locale. Maybe my kitchen, because that's only a mere 15 feet away, just to kind of break up the whole couch angle and everything. But enough of angles and about placement. Let's get to the beer. And tonight's beer is a beer I've had in the fridge for a while, I've been meaning to do. Now this is going to be a bomber, so it's going to be a big one. And this is the Rogue Northwestern Ale, as made famous by Captain Sig, and many of you may know Captain Sig from the Deadliest Catch. And as you can see on the bottle art, it's got Captain Sig with his boat, the Northwestern. It's got crab over there, and this is a Rogue beer. So it's from the Pacific Northwest, so it only makes sense to kind of give a guy like him his own beer since he's from there anyway. And I'm going to pop this open. Haven't had this, not really sure what it's going to be like. I'm thinking of something dark, maybe very stouty. On the back here, it gives you a few things here. It's dedicated to the Hanson brothers, Sig, Edgar, and Norman, the rogues of the Bering Sea. And of course, portions of proceeds of Northwestern Ale will support the Fisherman's Fund. Now what we got here in the back here, we have ingredients. So we have some chocolate malts, some Horizon, Amarillo, Cascade, and Rogue Farm Willamette hops, Yakman yeast, and free-range coastal water. So I'm thinking of something a little bit bitter, well probably pretty bitter with the chocolate malts and all the different hops that we're getting here. So let's give this a try here, see how it pours. Oh man, this is surprisingly light, as a matter of fact. I was thinking something much darker than this. It pours very, very, very nice. Almost reddish when you actually pour the beer in here. Oh, what do you know? 22 ounces. It's precisely exactly what I need here for this Foster's glass. Now, looking up to the light, it's almost very murky. It's kind of a murky, reddish, amber color to it. A lot of carbonation in the beer. Sorry, I'll put it over here so you guys can maybe see it a little bit. A lot of carbonation though. Nice white head, probably only about maybe half an inch or something like that, so I didn't pour it very aggressively. So, getting a lot of bitterness from it right away. So, not very much chocolate smell to it. Just very, very hoppy. So, bottoms up, because this is going to take a while. Ooh, extremely hoppy. I would put this in somewhere in the range of a probably a dead guy, but less sweet. I'm picking up slight chocolate hints, but it's very bitter, piney, earthy taste to it. And on the back end, the mouth feels nice, but on the back end it stays bitter the entire time. Very bitter going down as well. A lot of Rogues to me are bitter in the first place, except for like maybe some of the summer varieties, and the stout, Shakespeare stout, that's very, very chocolatey to me. That's a dark stout. Now this ale is just extremely, extremely bitter. Don't really find the alcohol in ABV on here. I'm thinking this is probably somewhere in the range of, I'm thinking about 7% probably. High 6s, low 7s, somewhere in that range. Because you're not getting a very big alcohol taste to it. The beer's fresh. It's got good lacing going all the way around it. Well, I'm going out later tonight, so this is definitely going to get the night going for me. But carbonation seems very, very prevalent throughout the beer if you're just looking at the beer the entire time. No, I would maybe almost serve this at a lower temperature. This is coming almost directly out of the refrigerator, so I'm thinking this is somewhere in the 40-degree range, mid 40s, high 40s possibly. So I think this would probably be best served maybe somewhere in the 50 to 55-degree range. So that's what I needed. More room. I guess you could say this beer is a little rough. Quite like the Bering Sea. So, doom. Hope everybody enjoyed that joke. And I'd like to dedicate this beer to Phil Harris. Also, he's one of the guys that was on the Deadliest Catch. If you watch the show, of course, he's one of the guys who smoked a lot and had a lot of health problems. He died almost a month ago. He had like a stroke when he was alone in crab and stuff like that off the boat. So, Phil Harris, is for you, homeboy. This is a bitch of a beer. Not only the fact that it's a lot of beer, 22 ounces, but also the fact because it's so bitter. Very, very bitter. A slight sweetness from the chocolate malt, but overall just an extremely, extremely bitter beer. I think this is like about 4 parts malt to 6 parts hops. So, but if you're a fan of rogue beer, you probably will like this. The bitterness of the dead guy mixed with a slight sweetness of like the Shakespeare stout, something along those lines. But if you could find a smaller bottle of this, which I don't think you probably could, yeah, I would enjoy this as much as I possibly could. So, we'll be back when have a little more of this drunk down. As you can see, I only have that much left, so it was rough, to say the least. So let's have the rest of this here. Oh my god. Well, to say the least, that was a struggle to get through. Basically because of the fact that I really dislike really extremely bitter beers. And this beer was probably at the top of the list and probably one of the most bitter beers that I've ever had. So, but as you can see, a lot of lacing in there, so it was really a fresh beer to go around. And overall, here's what I'll say to you guys: if you like strong ales, if you like IPAs, you will probably like this. Chad, I'm probably talking to you. You should probably check this out if you haven't had it already. And overall, in my personal opinion, I would give it a thumbs down just because of the bitterness of it and just the lack of overall taste in any way. It's just to me, it's almost like a standard IPA with a gimmick. It's a gimmicky IPA that plays off a Deadliest Catch, and that's why people would probably buy it. And to a degree, that's probably why I bought it too. So, I mean, it smelled fine. The lacing was great. It was a fresh beer. The color was fine. The carbonation was really good. But overall, the bitterness of it just really turned me off to this beer. And that's all I have to say about that. So, until next time, once again, this was the Rogue Northwestern Ale by Captain Sig. And I will see you guys on the internet later on.